Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome into Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Simon Williams. Thanks for joining us. Educators, students, parents, and schools all struggled through the 2020 and 2021 academic year. Some students thrived through their learning in the home environment, whereas others faced hurdles in comprehending new material from home. To combat the learning losses felt in the pandemic, President Biden passed the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, and $2.6 billion will be allocated towards Arizona's K-12 school funding. Superintendent Kathy Hoffman explains why this is such a monumental move to support Arizona's children.
This past year, as we all know, has been incredibly challenging for our school systems, and our educators have gone above and beyond to meet the needs of our students. And so as we're planning for the summer, as well as for the next school years and future years, the American Rescue Plan will provide us with the critical resources to safely welcome all of our students back into the classrooms.
$594 million will be allocated specifically to making up learning losses during the pandemic. Superintendent Kathy Hoffman says the money will be used for extended school year programs, summer school and after-school programs. With the school year coming to a close, we likely won't see the effects of the funding until mid-summer of the 2021 or 2022 academic years. Tensions are rising in political circles as the ongoing Maricopa County 2020 election audit has been paused for local high school graduation ceremonies. Senate leaders met today to discuss the audit, and county leaders have made it clear they do not have any desire to participate in the ongoing talks, having issued a stark rebuke to accusations that they deleted and mishandled election materials. The Senate backed off threats to issue subpoenas that would require county officials to appear. The county responded to the allegations in writing on Monday. The audit is set to resume May 23rd. State Treasurer Kimberly Yee became the first major Republican to jump in the race for Arizona's governor, but she was followed hours later by GOP developer Karen Robeson Taylor. Both announced their candidacy for next year's race on social media. In her video, Yee introduces herself as a descendant of immigrants who opened a grocery store in the 1930s and praises former President Donald Trump's border and economic policies. Robeson says in her video that she wants to fight President Joe Biden's agenda. Republican Governor Doug Ducey is barred by term limits from seeking a third term. One person's trash is another's treasure. That adage has been proven as more people are turning to thrifting. They're finding bargains, all the while helping the planet. Sofia Fuentes shows us the tips and tricks in this mini documentary.
We've actually seen it becoming almost normal to shop thrift, and that's really at every age that we've seen.
But I feel like anything could, like, if we just added some nice chairs to this and kind of like polish, like.
They're really looking at that sustainability and that second life that you can give to whether it's clothing or furniture that you're shopping. And it also allows them to get a unique style.
There's always a story behind everything that we do bring home, and it's always like, oh, I wonder where this came from or how did it end up here. And so it's really cool to think like that you are giving that item like a second home.
Nowadays, that's what home decor is all about. It's about, using your creativity and just really putting something in your house that you really, really love as opposed to something that other people have.
We decide based off of what it looks like currently to what we're gonna do with it, or just bring up ideas like, oh, this, we could totally do this. We've tried fabric paint, we've tried reupholstering, which is something that we did with this.
That's what people don't really think of, when they go into a thrift store. They just think they're gonna find an amazing piece that's gonna be, super clean and ready to go, and that's not always the case.
It was when COVID hit and I was at home and I needed an outlet because I thought like maybe, you know, like I need to figure something out, And so then I ended up like discovering the thrift shops that other girls had on Instagram. And that's when I was like, dang, like we could be doing that. Like we love thrifting.
We like to bring that creative outlet, you know, like let people know that, hey, you can do this too. And, you know, just because it's an ugly chair doesn't mean it has to stay an ugly chair.
Well, we have to get like really good lighting for the picture process, but like we like to just put it somewhere nice in the house and like decorate it with plants or something, you know, that's gonna make it look more like desirable. And we stage it, which basically is like the picture process, and we take additional pictures, videos, so like people can really, because I feel like a lot of things like they are on like the pricier side. So we like to make sure to like show the customer like exactly what it is that they're paying.
Now it's more of like an addiction. We just do it and we flip it, and we like to actually like bring our own, like put our own touch into all the furniture, you know. You have to have determination of, you know, just getting something done and doing it, and it'll happen.
Did we see ourselves like where we are now? And honestly, like no, like I didn't imagine I was gonna have like a house full of like furniture that I had to flip and, you know, like stage to sell. But it's been very, very fun, and I think like this is my calling. Like I didn't know that I needed this, but this is exactly what I was looking for.
It looks like Arizonans are pretty happy, regardless of the hardships brought in 2020. That's according to an OH Predictive Insights most recent Arizona Public Opinion Survey. 7 in 10 reported that they are very happy or somewhat happy, even after facing an exhausting few months. Arizonans' overall mood has improved. 40% are happier now than they were 6 months ago, compared to only 18% who are less happy. The study was conducted from May 3rd through 5th and surveyed 1,000 general population Arizonans and had a margin of error or plus or minus 3%. And now a look back at some of our stories from our sports bureau. From walk-on basketball player at ASU bringing recognition to his small Arizona hometown, and to yoga with feathered friends.
Life as a walk-on can be tough. Arizona State men's basketball sophomore John Olmsted chose that path, and it gave him the chance to represent Arizona and put his hometown of Morenci on the map. Cronkite News reporter Mason Kern takes us to the eastern Arizona copper mining town and details Olmsted's journey to Tempe.
In a forgettable year for ASU men's basketball, John Olmsted focused on maximizing his opportunities.
Obviously, just to be able to score like that as my first points, it's very exciting. I told myself before the game, just kind of whenever I got the ball down there, just go up and dunk everything.
Olmsted's debut bucket was validating and is representative of his journey to Tempe. Grinding in silence with little expectations, he received a tangible reward, a posterizing dunk fit for home decor.
I told him afterwards, I said that you kind of set the bar pretty high for your first college points to start with that. I've had several people tell me the same thing. Yeah, you ought to make a poster out of that.
Growing up in Morenci, Arizona, separated by stints living in Chile, the thought of playing college basketball wasn't top of Olmsted's mind. But a stellar prep career in a small town led schools to finding him.
I had other opportunities, obviously, but what really kind of hooked me to here was love to me all the time. It was just the love, and then also just being able to play for Bobby Hurley. I mean, he's one of the greatest players in the history of the game.
The majority of Olmsted's childhood was spent in Morenci, Arizona. With a population right around 1,500, the eastern Arizona city is home to the largest copper mine in North America.
I got used to small town life. There's a lot less people. You kind of know everybody. It's more of a connected community.
Olmsted's father, Josh, was educated as a mining engineer and began his career in Morenci. The industry took the Olmsted family international and back, but the small Arizona town will always be home.
Morenci, it's a neat little town in the sense that it's pretty small, like you said, but at the same time, everybody knows everybody, which makes it kind of nice because you can create some really good close friendships with people.
And now Olmsted is forging friendships in Tempe, getting buckets, and repping his hometown at the Power 5 level.
It feels good just being able to represent Arizona, and especially a small town in Arizona.
Thank you for stopping to observe the Morenci mine.
In Morenci, Mason Kern, Cronkite News.
In Buckeye, Hidden Lake is becoming a popular destination for boat racing enthusiasts. Cronkite News reporter Zachary Larson shows us how one sport is making it their new home.
Just south of downtown Buckeye, you'll find a peaceful and quiet lake hidden within the desert scenery, but not on race day.
The weather, the people, the openness, the high desert here is just beautiful. And yes, you can see the track's just phenomenal.
Hidden Lake is now home to the Arizona Drag Boat Association after being repurposed to house over 100 boat teams during a weekend event. Sisters Tara and Tanya Scribner know the amount of preparation each race takes.
There's a lot to it. Each boat kind of has a little bit more than the next, but you prepare, I don't know, a few weeks ahead of time, months maybe, but.
Although anyone can participate, safety is a priority with 10 different classes of boats, including some reaching up to 185 miles per hour.
You just get an adrenaline rush from it, just going down the track.
And there's been some nasty incidents, but safety's come so far. We don't see those very often anymore.
Although the drivers are fierce competitors on the water, it's a family-like atmosphere here at Hidden Lake, where you'll see various games and activities like cornhole.
It's a great family thing. It's real competitive, but when the racetrack gets shut down, they're all friends again.
Not only is it about family, the Scribner sisters are also hoping to inspire other girls.
I like seeing little girls coming up to me and saying that they want to race now because they see that I do it and my sister does it.
With the pandemic wreaking havoc on the race schedule, Hidden Lake looks to be the premier track on the circuit for a long time. In Buckeye, Zachary Larson, Cronkite News.
Feeling stressed? Well, there's a new form of yoga you might want to try to soothe your ruffled feathers. Cronkite News reporter Ivory Ward tells us why chicken yoga is the newest trend in animal therapy.
It's not often you see people excited about working out. But few workout classes involve chickens. That's right, as in chicken yoga. Lagatar Cat Cafe and Boutique is trying something new in animal therapy. Business owner Missy Pruitt says it somehow works for yogis to be surrounded by feathers.
So I've heard of people that have a turtle for their pet therapy or a lizard for pet therapy, dogs, cats. I think it really depends on the person and that connection they have with the animal.
According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, connections made with animals actually helps humans. Customer Emily Wilkins says it works.
It would help people with anxiety and depression because it's really calming, and I think animals have a way to heal and calm people, and that's unlike any others. And there's chickens. Like, how many people get to say, like, oh, I held a chicken?
Half a dozen chickens, a fluffy feathered breed called Silky, wandered around as people practiced their downward dog and cobra poses. A couple feathery friends got into the practitioner's personal space, and there was lots of laughter. Cafe co-owner Carrie C. says most customers have the same question. Why chickens?
It's fun and relaxing and a little bit exciting as well. Much more than regular yoga.
There was a little cleanup after the class ended, but the memories will last a lifetime. In Phoenix, Ivory Ward, Cronkite News.
The farmer who brought the chickens to yoga class says he's carefully tended his birds from birth and loves to give them treats during and after class. Then it's back to the farm until the next time.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Break It Down. That's next. And for more top stories, anytime go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.